all the way out there. Oh! Oh my god.
Oh my god.
An insecure shot rush. Oh! Oh my god. What the fuck?
I like these numbers, so I might have heard it.
He's a speed demon, you gotta be careful.
Planting here.
Far away at first. So I'd much rather people, I'll give you stop fighting.
Disable the bomb diffuser. Good work.
Get fucked.
Diffuser destroyed.
The Muppet. Yeah.
Alright, let me get all this figured out first. Okay. You are officially unmuted, Zironic. Is this thing on? Is this Hi, everybody. You know me, I'm Shay. your local admin, and I am here with Zironic, formerly of Playing Ducks, now an analyst for Rainbow Six Siege, and a completely jet-lagged person at the moment because you just got back from E3.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah, I'm trying to wake up.
Anything cool there? Anything we need to know about?
Just about everything. I mean, like, I think this has been one of the best E3s in a long time.
I feel like
because of all
everyone who
the
goes to a
reveals.
new event though is like, this is the best one ever.
Well, last year there wasn't that many good reveals, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, like there really wasn't. I think the only reason that I had such a good E3 last year was because I was there with as like the star player VIP thing.
Okay.
There really wasn't much to see, but this year, like I think I have a list of 15 games that I have to play.
Oh crap! I'm gonna have to watch.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to. So just FYI, I'm letting the cam of the dogs play in the background because Zironic thought it was hilarious, and I figured I'll just let them fight it out, and it's probably more entertaining than what's going on my camera.
I mean, I really enjoyed it.
But you might hear them growl at each other, but they really do like each other, so they're friendly. No, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the E3 stuff, but I normally watch it back on YouTube. So
you haven't watched The Last of Us 2 trailer?
No. Is it a good one?
You're missing out.
Damn it.
It's amazing.
But I'll be able to see it. It's not like it's lost forever in the universe.
That is true.
Gone.
That is true.
Nothing's ever gone. So I normally start out with, why are you named Zironic?
Well.
That can't be your God-given name.
No. I thought Alex was first of too boring.
Oh, don't do that to your mom. It's terrible.
On top of that, so I used to be called Zironic because Zironic name. I couldn't come up with a nickname because I'm not the best person in the world with that stuff. And I played with a French dude for a couple of years, and he just could not say Zironic. So he kept saying Zironic over and over again. And I got tired of correcting him, so I just changed my name instead because that was easier. I thought I'd be a good friend.
That's funny.
And yeah, that just kind of stuck around.
I feel like I need to say it with a French accent now. I have a terrible French accent.
Right?
I'm not going to be able to do it. So you played with Playing Ducks in Pro League. And
more French people.
Were they French? I didn't know that.
Yeah, three of them back then, yeah.
Wow. I thought you guys... I used to always remember like trying to look for when you guys Playing Ducks were playing, solely because you guys did these fucking insane peaks, like these stupid 3-floor peaks. There was one in Canal where you were upstairs, and I haven't played Canal in so long, so I can't remember the map, but it's the 3rd floor, and I think it's maps. No, it's the one with it's control room, like that in between.
Yeah, you're thinking connect the down to garage door, if I remember correctly.
That's I mean, you're literally 3 floors, and
yeah.
I started using that, and I get so many kills there. It's like, do you guys? I know some people go in and like blow up the map completely.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys do?
We used to spend a lot of time trying to find these like one-off things that would maybe work one round, right? Like, it didn't need to work all the time. We just needed to make the other team uncomfortable enough and have them know that we're okay with trying literally everything.
Yeah.
It's much more to destabilize their mentality than anything else. Strategically, it's probably not that good strategically. Like, we're using a lot of effort setting all that stuff up, right? But get one kill through that means that every single hole they see in a wall from now on, they're gonna think, oh, maybe it isn't exactly where we think it is.
Do you put up like fake holes?
Yeah. I mean, we'd do that setup and only peek in one round, right? And then we'd have the same holes for every subsequent round after that.
Holy crap.
The same with like, we spawn peeked a lot in competitive. Because if you spawn peek the first round of a map, that means you kind of give a statement that you're not afraid of, losing a guy early on.
Right.
So we do that, and then every other attack round from then on, we'd instantly win 30 seconds because people would have to care. They would have to think that we were up for actually spawn peeking, right?
Right.
We just take this one chance in one round, and then we get another 30 seconds for free for all the rest of the rounds.
I just some of that stuff I was just like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, that's
It looks good when it works, but it also looks very dumb when it doesn't.
But normally, if you're watching Pro League, they don't really show. They're pretty good about showing the cool stuff, and then the stupid stuff
Yeah.
never gets shown. So you look super
Yeah.
awesome. Like they make you
I'm
look.
very happy. They're good at clipping it together and making us actually look like we're pros.
So apparently, you got voted best beard in Pro League. Is that like a self-made
I think
title, or
I think it was only me though.
or were you the only one? Because they're all like 12
Yeah.
years old, so it's really hard for them to grow
Yeah.
beards.
There wasn't so many to compete with, to be honest. At least not back then. So I think it was more a meme than anything because like I only made it to the season 3 land, but I was the only one there with a beard.
Did you get a
So
trophy?
no, but I really want one. So if
I feel like-
anyone's
In the trophy business, I feel like
yeah,
if
yeah,
if
let me
you
know.
do get a trophy, it needs to be like the Blackbeard shields.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be beautiful.
that would be
Just a
pretty awesome.
saran wrap,
Can
and I'll put it on a little tripod in front of my screen.
It's got to be real. It can't be saran wrap. That's so fake. I would be
It's saran wrap
disappointed.
in game now.
What? Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. All right, so you are a Blackbeard main. I know not many Pro League people want to say that they're main, but you literally have him on your. So I can't sit there and say that you're not. What do you think about
Yeah.
the Nerf beard memes that keep going around?
Actually, so fun short story. When you play competitive, you don't really, well, you don't normally choose a main, right?
Right.
You're 5 people. You figure out like what do we need to play, and then who fits into what role.
Right.
And I used to in-game lead a lot, so it didn't matter what role I was playing, because if I died early, well, then I can just call and micromanage more.
Right.
If I stay alive longer, well, then I can direct call instead. So I was never worried about what to play. And we actually started out with having Shattered play Blackbeard, the guy who used to play up to Penta or for Penta up until a few weeks ago. So I was honestly a Ash main, I think, for most of the time, or Sledge or something. Then we swapped around a little bit, and we needed Shadow on another operator, and we just didn't have anyone else to play Blackbeard. So I ended up playing him. Then it kind of became the meme because I was the one with the beard playing the one with the beard, and I kind of embraced the whole thing. But I was a big advocate for, like, I was one of the guys that wanted his shield to have less HP.
Yeah.
And to maybe have like a rotation on the shields or something. The same, I used to play a lot of Monty, and I wanted him nerfed in a very specific way, and that's exactly how he is today now. So I think it was more me just embracing the meme than anything.
What was your
'cause
specific nerf for Monty?
I wanted his hipfire to be almost useless
Okay.
with the revolver, because what we used to do was you'd stand still in a doorway, fully extended, then you would drop your shield and you would hipfire the revolver with a laser, and all you had to do was hit someone twice and they would be down.
Right.
That was all you had to do. Now, sure, well, you have to hit them 3 times now, but the hipfire spread is so bad now that unless you can melee them,
Right.
you're not gonna reliably hipfire them either.
Hmm.
So he's still a good operator, but now you actually need to learn how to play him. You can't just drop your shield and spam mass 1 and win.
Well, now you just can
That's
play Blitz, and you don't
Yeah,
need to
that's
be
true.
good anywhere.
That is true.
So there is, from what I've heard from quite a few Pro League players, that there is a bro code when it comes to Blackbeard.
Nah, not where I'm from.
No, you don't do the
No.
bro code.
I think actually that's a big difference between EU and NA. In NA, there's been this thing where like you don't bring out Blackbeard unless they bring out Blackbeard.
Right.
Yeah, no, we don't have that in EU. We just play to win. That's it.
I know that. So I did an interview with Laxing a few weeks ago, and he is known to be a very good Blackbeard main too.
Yeah.
And he was like, I used to get so much shit in Pro League when I would pull Blackbeard out and I'd be the first one to do it. He's like, it's like the guy who grabs the last pizza slice. Like nobody wants to do it, but
Yeah.
you got to. Like I'm playing to win. I just said.
I mean, that's where the big difference is between competitive and ranked, right? I rarely play Blackbeard in ranked, and if I do, it's normally without a shield, and it's more of a fun thing. It's
Well, his gun is
playing
so
a
amazing.
pro, right? Yeah, the SR25 with no shield has no recoil.
Right. It's
It's
good.
crazy good. It's like glass on steroids. But for Pro League, I mean, honestly, if something comes out and it's much stronger than anything else, you're not gonna sit there and go, we don't want to be the team that plays that. Like, no one cares, man. If you win, then that's what matters, right?
Right.
There's too much money on the line to be picky with what you want to play.
Right. So you are an analyst now for Pro League.
Yes.
How's that going? Do you like it?
I really enjoy it. Yeah. I think it would be better asking other people how it goes. I think they're better at judging if I'm doing an all right job or not. Well, I'm not getting like front page posts about me being shit at it.
Right.
So
and internet's mean.
I'll
so
take that
would
as a
be
good
good.
thing. Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
If they're not hating it, then I'll assume that it's all right.
Right. So have you ever, I'm sure in other lands you've met other people, but like meeting, I know our community is really stoked about like Kicks and it's Epi and Taro, and so meeting those people, are they super cool, super awkward? What's the I hear Kicks is really awkward.
I like Kicks. I think so. If I just have to comment on the three people you just mentioned, like Kix is an amazing dude in real life. He's super chill. He's super fun. Maybe a little bit awkward, but I really like him.
I like awkward people. I'm super awkward. So I feel like we're one.
Intera's this beautiful, beautiful man. That's just it. He's just a great person.
I have an interview with Intero next week.
Look forward to it. He's hilarious.
I think it's gonna be fun. I'm super stoked about it.
And Epi or Craig has this I don't know, mountain rocking voice that just asserts dominance wherever he goes. So until you get to know him, then it can be intimidating.
Who is a lightweight drinking wise? Because I'm sure you guys have all gone out and got drunk.
Out of all those, or
I feel like it would be Kix because he's like teeny tiny.
Yeah.
He's teeny tiny.
Definitely.
He can't grow.
I don't want to throw any pros under the bus, but there's definitely some pros that
can't handle.
They're lightweight.
They can't handle theirs. So I've watched your stream quite a bit, and I want to talk about your subscriber, the milking the beard.
Yeah.
Can what? Do you let people milk your beard?
It's the beard oil.
Do people want to come up and touch it, like when they see?
Yeah, it gets really awkward at events. Like really awkward. So someone will come up and they'll just stand in front of you for 10 seconds and look at you, and then they go, "Can I touch it?" And I you don't ever really know what to do because I don't know, it's kind of weird.
I mean, it's literally just like I don't even want to say this. It's literally just like face pubes. So why are people always wanting to touch it?
I mean, the beautiful thing is if they close their eyes, they couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, I don't want to know that. That doesn't need to be said. TMI. Okay, so with the new meta, do you like Villa? Do you not like Villa? People are complaining that it's getting fast. People are raving that it's getting fast. What's your thoughts on the way the new metas are going? There's been some kickback, but
everyone's opinion on maps when they come out is always this map is shit.
They don't
it's always
know
been like that. No, take Border, right? Everyone hated Border when it came out. The general public's idea was that we can't play Border because all the floor is destructible. And look at Border now.
Yeah.
Like now people know how to play it, and they love it being
good map.
So destructible. They actually love it being so destructible that was the reason that Tower was a hated map.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't destroy it enough, right?
Well, and the acoustics in a tower was terrible.
Yeah, I'll give it that. But that's not really what makes a map bad. That's just an audio thing that hopefully can be fixed. But the layout of the map and how the map plays generally doesn't change because of the acoustics.
Yeah.
At least not from a competitive view. But I think people always have this, like, they don't like new stuff because it forces you to change and look at things a whole new way. Before a map has been played in Pro League, it's really hard for people to judge what is the better bomb site, how do we set it up.
Right.
Because you got to remember the pros spent 8 hours running around that map with nothing but a plan of finding one good angle, right?
Right.
You don't do that if you play it 10 times in ranked, and then you have to give your super valid opinion on how well balanced the map is. So I think we're going to see the opinion change a lot in Villa later on. I like it so far, but I don't know enough about it. I've maybe played it for 10 hours.
Right.
I don't know enough about it to say if it's competitively viable or any of that. But knowing the guy that made the map and how, like, what thought process went into it, it seems like there's been more thought about making this a competitive viable map than any other map.
Right. This seems like a throwback to Assassin's Creed. Like there's so many.
It's a few Easter eggs, yeah.
Right. And then there is one. I don't even know if this is an Easter egg because I'm terrible at finding those things. But there's one in a well, or if you hit the well or shoot the well, yeah. Does that mean they're bringing zombies back? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that has more to do with like I think honestly that's just an Easter egg.
Yeah.
It's the same when you climb up the top of the tower, you shoot the hay, you can hear the eagle scream.
I didn't know.
Or if you look at over the city, you can see Ezio sitting in the backdrop.
I've seen that. I thought that was.
Then you got the Assassin's Creed logo. You have the Chichenka in the granite.
Yeah, where you break the thing.
That one's beautiful. Yeah. I think that was Tower. They really started like throwing in Easter eggs. So I'm really hoping we start seeing more of that.
We gave a guy an ace the other day. We were playing in ranked, and we were all like trying to show each other the dude sitting on the tower.
Yeah, Ezio.
Thank you. So we were all trying to show, like, everybody's like, no, it's a little bit more to the left. No, you're right. Guy came out and completely annihilated all 5 of us. So he killed us. And we were like, is he going to jump? Is he not going to jump? I feel like he should totally jump. He's going to do it. Give him a second. He's thinking about it. Like, and then this guy came out and aced all of us. And we hadn't even left.
Imagine that guy coming out and then seeing 5 people on the roof just looking
the back of heads. One guy looked over here, the other guy over there. It was kind of funny.
Was it worth it?
I feel like no, because he never jumped. If they would just make him jump, it would have totally been worth it, but it's not. So yeah, so the new ops, I've heard different things from different Pro League players about who's gonna Alibi's totally getting Pro League play, and no, Alibi's getting nothing. We're going with Maestro. How do you think? I think it's just going to depend on the team and how they play the characters, personally. But
I mean, it's definitely going to depend on the team. But I would say that Alibi is, utility-wise, she's harder to justify because every operator that you bring in needs some sort of plus-minus factor where you weigh them against others. The only thing she really brings to the team is impact nades. Her gadget is not bad, but she's kind of like this. She's like Caviera, where there are very specific things that you can do where she's great at it. Like we've seen Caviera's in Pro League, right? To counter Jackal and Bank, or to play Tunnel in Clubhouse, because it forces people to always attack with more than one. So there are some situations where Alibi could be very useful. But I think what we're probably going to see, not in the first few pro games, but later on, is Maestro's turrets being used off-site to shoot drones. So imagine it like a OP mute.
Okay.
Oregon, for example, you'll put the turret up there, and now you can't drone anyone out because you can shoot the drones as they try and hunt your roamers. So it becomes much harder to clear the map, and then you'll have to use explosives to remove that Maestro turret up there to be able to clear your droning.
He's kind of a Twitch Echo, though.
Yeah, but it's difficult to make it so you can stop a plant with him. And the idea that he can see through smoke isn't as big of a deal as people might make it out to be. Because often you can hit people with Echo through smoke anyway. Most of the time you can see for the default plants and stuff like that. I think him shooting drones is much, much more important than anything else. Maybe shooting Hibana charges, but that's a little bit wonky right now with how the mechanic works. Yeah, I mean, there's places where you could put them. Oregon, again, if you put them on like top of laundry stairs or up in master bedroom and you destroy the floor, you can shoot the Hibana charges on that main hatch to laundry. And then they'll never go through. But it's like 50-50 right now if they actually destroy them or not. I don't know if it has something to do with alignment or what it is, but I'm hoping that will be fixed.
I don't know
No,
what
so
the
so
range is.
the range on that thing is stupid because we've done spawn peaks with it. Like you can shoot over 70 meters with that thing.
Really?
So you
I'm
peek
sure
out,
they'll
you
nerf
down
that
someone.
soon.
Well, well, it only does 5 damage, right? So it honestly it doesn't do much that you can shoot all the way to spawn with it. It's just fun downing someone and then sapping them in spawn. Um, but it seems to be more with like the I don't know the size of the projectile, if that makes sense.
Right.
It's very difficult hitting Hibana charges for some reason. So much as easy
Because
as
it's
ever, and the same with drones.
huge. Yeah, that makes sense. I've seen recently with Maestro in ranked play, because obviously I'm not a pro leaguer. In ranked play where there's been people where they put all of his stuff outside,
Yeah,
and it's become like this meme thing, which I think is hilarious. So
it's just it's horrible having these 5 damage being ticked off you every time you look away.
I do think that he's more annoying than anything.
Yeah, 100%. But then again, so is Echo.
Right.
Like,
and Ella.
in all fairness, yeah. I think it's the same with all the trap operators, and I think that's what's pissing people off is that it's not that trap operators are strong at all. It's just that they require you to check things, and you don't really want to check things.
Right.
You want to be able to run in and just shoot, because every other shooter we've ever played has been played like that.
I had mentioned
But
this before, that it seems like the metas are getting faster and faster. So now they're starting to come out with these operators that kind of force you to slow down and think for a second and stop and kind of set up what you're supposed to do tactically. And I think that having like an alibi and even a maestro is kind of doing the same thing. And there's so many cameras out now.
I think that, like, I hope that at some point, if everything gets saturated enough, that automatically balances things out, if that makes sense. Because let's say you have 20 cameras, it doesn't matter. You can only afford having one guy on a cam.
Yeah, right.
Right? So it's not like by having all these cams that you gain that much more info, because you don't want to have someone dead just to be on a cam. And whoever's on the cam is going to be hidden somewhere at sight. So the more cameras you have, it becomes easier to read everything. Now you know that, well, one guy's on site on a cam and one guy's on site as an anchor. So there's only 3 guys off site max.
Right.
Kill one of those. Well, now you can kind of start figuring out exactly what people are doing.
Right.
If they have a maestro, he's probably on site. Same with Echo. But the more saturated everything gets, the more balanced, I think. The more soft breaches, hard breaches, disruptors, anchors, whatever we get. It's more about the actual play of the individual when we have 5 different options for how to open a soft wall.
Right.
Than it is that we're forced to play Ash, for example, right? But with trap operators, like, they need to come at some point. If we're gonna have 100 operators, I challenge anyone to try and figure out just 10 different operator abilities that would not be broken, that would be fun to play, and that would be any kind of viable.
Right. I think that's
difficult.
There's been a lot of blowback with Lion and the fact that he has like a global ability, and there's really it's all reward with no, punishment. So he doesn't have to work for that reward. It's just like you hit a button and you know where everybody's at, so and then everybody does, and it doesn't seem realistic. So I think moving more towards these more realistic type operators makes sense.
I think realistic is a dangerous word, though, because, like,
I mean, a holograph could be a thing, like
sure, but
a camera
heartbeat sensor.
It could be a thing.
No, it really couldn't.
I mean, we're far reaching here.
A flying Samba drone or a Roomba drone that shoots with so much concussive force that you can't type on a keyboard and you get dizzy.
Yeah, and you get dizzy.
Yeah.
Or even the punji sticks for Ella.
The shaving cream sticks.
They look like little cotton candies.
Yeah, they do. I feel like realism should always be like the last thing that we look for. Like, fun gameplay and balanced gameplay should be at the front of it. I do wish, and I've said this to them as well, so I hope that would become a thing someday, that everyone with a global ability, because I'm fine with global abilities. I think they add something that could be fun and can be an interesting mechanic, but I think they should remove drones from anyone that has a global ability. Because if
Ooh.
you take all drones away from Lion, then it's not that easy to justify playing Lion. The nerf he received, so Lion was statistically, I think, almost 50-50 before he got his nerf in terms of win rate.
I think he had
Like
like a
people didn't win
97%
more.
pick rate, but
Yeah,
he didn't
but
win
pick rate
more.
and win rate
Yeah.
has nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
pick rate and win rate has nothing to do with each other. And if we go to Pro League and we see the teams that played without Lion in attack, they actually won percent-wise more attack rounds than the ones that played with Lion because they didn't force themselves to play into a meta. Like they played a strat. Like just because Lion comes out doesn't mean that your old strats become bad, right? And by taking Lion, you gave up one soft breacher most of the time, which meant that Castle got a buff. It just took pro teams quite a while to figure out that Castle was an amazing counter to Lion teams because they couldn't benefit and push as fast off these Lion scans. The fact that you don't get marked when you or that your mark goes away when you stop moving also doesn't mean anything in high rank play, because if you see a red outline all of a sudden stop, you're just gonna shoot where it stopped.
Right.
So it feels more like it's like a pretend nerf where we take something away to make it not look as bad,
Right.
and then people are more okay with it. But I don't think it actually changed anything in terms of how strong he is. But taking his drones away, that would make it
cool.
very difficult to justify picking him. And he's
I
getting
play
insult,
a
right?
lot of Lion, and
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm probably one of the most terrible Lions on the planet, solely because I never use his ability. It's very rare that I actually
That's
hit
a
that
very bad
button.
line, yeah.
Right. It's very rare that,
Yep.
but I like his gun. The recoil's not bad. It's really powerful. I like his gun, and
You like the people that play FMG9 on Smoke?
no, I shotgun smoke. I shotgun smoke. I play a lot of smoke too. No, but I it's because I not because I don't think sometimes if I get to the point where I can get the plant off, I'll pop one and
Yeah.
like, but then there's a 10-second delay, so I don't even get a chance to use the second one. Every now and then, if I feel like, oh, I really want to push this guy, I know he's here, he keeps quick peeking me, I'll pop one and then rush him, like, but.
Yeah.
I mean, one I'm
But
not.
I think people are going crazy. Like I think they're going a bit overboard on how strong they think he is, because it's a gadget use, right? Let's say we know where someone is, because you're not just popping Lion randomly and running in, because
Right.
then you don't know if they're there. They might
could be
just be
standing
standing
still.
still around a corner, right? So you'd be droning, and often in competitive, Lion would be the one droning, and then he scans and someone runs in and frags him. It's not really that much worse than if you just had grenades
Yeah.
and you drone someone out and then you cook a grenade and throw it in that corner. So it's a gadget change for a kill, and we see that all the time. And people are fine with it when it's a Ying. Well, they're normally never fine with dying, but when it's a Candela rolling around a corner and you getting blind and killed, you get killed by a nade, you get killed by glasses, thermal, box shotgun underneath or something. It's really the same, because you're using this limited amount of gadgetry to get a kill.
One, yeah.
But the only thing you have to do to Lion is remove his drones, and do the same with Dokkaebi, because now Lion can't be the one droning, which
I
means
like
he can't
that.
sit there and be the all-seeing god eye of Siege, right?
I like that. They keep so every character that I really like, every op that I really like, they keep messing with, and it's starting to
Yeah, I
irritate
know
me.
the
I need
feeling.
That's true. They took away claymores on Habana. That hurt my heart.
Yes.
So I don't even play
Yes.
Habana that much anymore because I love my claymores. Um,
It is actually amazing how much of a change that made.
it really is.
But I think it's good. Like, that's the good thing, because now like it fucks the meta up, and
They like
we need
throwing
that.
little sticks in your spokes of your tires.
Yeah,
like...
but I think that's why people keep playing, and I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but a lot of people I know came to Siege from like CS, Call of Duty, and Battlefield, and the reason I left those games were because the only thing that started limiting how much you enjoyed it or where you could go was your mechanical skill, and that was it. There was nothing new to learn. You could just get faster and better aim, and that's it. In Siege, you being smart can actually matter, right?
Right.
You can have rather bad aim, but if you know how to set up your shots or do your setups or call IGL, whatever, you can have a massive impact on the round.
Right.
And all of these changes in meta are kind of, I don't know, forcing you to think and get into everything, start learning new stuff. I think that's why people stay, even though it's one of the main reasons for complaint. Because if we got things exactly like we wanted them, I think we would quit.
It'd get boring.
Yeah, right?
There are a few things that do definitely need to change.
Cheaters, yeah, they need to go.
Right. And I don't, it's gotten real bad this season.
It's horrible right now.
And I had never, because I'm definitely not a diamond player. I'm a solid gold player. Like, I'm a really good gold player, and I'm okay with that. I'm not a overly competitive person by any means.
Yeah.
If I lose, I'm like, whatevs, like, I'm just not that guy. And there are cheaters in gold. Like, what are you doing? If you're not good enough to actually reach diamond on your own, when you do cheat and get your way to diamond, you're going to be playing against diamond players, and then you're going to get knocked right the fuck back down. I just don't understand.
So I think I can understand what they're trying to do. I don't sympathize with them, and I think they're fucking idiots. But it's not so much that they want to get to diamond and play in diamond. I don't think that's the.
Is it just trolling?
Well, you got the boosters. They're doing it because they make money. Right? Because there's some kid somewhere that wants to show a screenshot of him being diamond.
Right.
And it's quicker paying $20 for it than it is to learn how to Photoshop. So that's one of them. And then you have all the ones that are trolling. And then I think they're starting to get this influx in people that think because other people cheat, it's okay they cheat.
No.
Because
okay.
it
makes sense,
it's crazy to see the amount of people in ranked where, like, if we queue up and there's a cheat on our team, we'll team kill him round over and round over, even if it's a 15-minute ban and we lose the game. I'm not taking Ela because of a cheater being on our team, right?
Right.
But there is a surprising amount of people that are okay with not team killing a cheater on their team. And there seems to be more people that start toggling now because they think someone on the other team is cheating. Like, they'll write in chat that, okay, if you're cheating, then I am as well. And that can literally be after you just got a 4K, right? Like, you can sit on stream and just have one good round, and the guy will write, okay, now I'll toggle. And you're left there like, what? They're not good judges of when other people are cheating.
Right. I literally played the other day, and again, I can hold my own, but I'm not gonna go in there and be the top fragger every time. And I think I was like 10-2. I was having a real good match. Like, it was a good day. And I was just getting these stupid lucky kills. Like, one of them, I was just shooting to create a hole in a wall and headshot some dude. Like, that, it was a completely random thing. And they called hackers and reported me. And I was just like, I'm just some random person. Like, I think it's now getting to the point where they're thinking everyone's hacking. And the hackers are pretty obvious. Like, for the most part.
I think the problem is you can't blame them for getting paranoid, right?
Right. Totally.
Because it is bad, and it is worse than it has been in a long time. Last time it was this bad was back in year 1, season 1.
Before BattleEye, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there must be some sort of thing they found to, I don't know, circumvent BattleEye, whatever it is. And I'm not afraid at all that it's gonna get fixed, 100%. The only problem is how long it's going to take and how much it's gonna hurt before we get there. I don't think it's going to make people leave the game or anything. Like, every game has had this. CS had a few months where literally everyone in competitive was cheating, right? They come out with an update and then it's nice and dandy for a while. We can never get rid of cheaters, but as long as we can keep them limited and not as bad as it is now,
yeah,
I'm fine with the one being in every 50 games. Like, it's gonna happen, right?
I would randomly see one before.
Yeah,
like, it's very rarely.
Super rare. You see them a bit more up at diamond level, but they're so good at hiding it there, so you can't really tell. the main reason is if you notice that it's some, level 30 dude that pretends like he's a pro, but he's not.
Yeah.
Like people referring to playing on teams that don't play anymore, or referring to being a guy that is currently online. Then you start knowing, okay, this is a bit sketchy. But they're so good at hiding it, because a lot of them are not bad players. They just increase their skill level by 5 or 10% by using these things, and
Right.
then you can't tell, and you just become a bit paranoid.
Besides the transporters, like the ones who transport to spawn and just kill you the
Yeah, the
second you
teleporters.
spawn it. Yeah. Those besides those guys, like wall hackers are pretty easy to counter. Like there's
It's always the full on aimbotters, the ones that literally walk in and just do a 180
right.
and one tap you every time. Like you kind of know after the third or fourth kill
Something's
that
up.
they're probably cheating. Right?
So Daniel wants to know, what do you think about the fact that Middle East can't compete in Go Fours?
I mean, I wish everyone could compete in everything. The problem, or one of the main problems with all of this, is server locations and ping times. So until there are servers everywhere and the ping times are fine, it's a difficult thing, because you want them to compete, but you also don't want other people to suffer for it.
Right.
You can't have a tournament where there is plus 200 pings. It would just make it not competitive.
No, not at all.
And then it becomes the amount of player group, or the size of player group, versus the amount of possible competition you could get. I think it all comes down to numbers and money in the end. I don't know. But yeah, of course. I mean, I think everyone wished that everyone could compete.
Isn't there like a South African server coming out? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing?
I think there's 2 more. I think they were talking about it at Invitational, like 2 new. One more Asian, right, and then a South African.
Yeah, I thought there was like a South African one coming out, and I know an Asian one's coming out. I just can't remember. Middle East pings are 70 to 80. Well, I mean, Lanny wants to see your Blackbeard tattoo. Do you just go up to people? Do people know what it is?
I think that's
walking around in real life.
I've had a few people that are like, "Wait, do you play Siege?" I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit." But I think I'm lucky. Like it's one of the icons from Siege that kind of works as a tattoo, whether you know it's Siege or not.
Right.
So if like people go, "What are you going to do if Blackbeard gets enough?" I don't care. Like I didn't get him because I'm the biggest Blackbeard fan in the world, right? It was just a fun thing. I have more stupid stuff on my body than that. So I got the turkey leg charm as well from the game.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. No, that's pretty good. I have a bet with a friend of mine that if we're known, me and this friend are known for just jousting each other, just constantly poking buttons. Yeah. We're just one of those people who just always poke each other's buttons, and it's funny. But we made a deal that if we were nice to each other for a year, we had to be super nice, cavities in your teeth, so sweet, and that if whoever was mean first, we were gonna get a Rainbow Six Siege tattoo with our game, the other person's gamer tag underneath it.
I was gonna say, if it was with your own gamer tag, I would be a dick right away.
No, and
just end that suffering.
No, but then you would have to get it.
Yeah.
And with my
with
gamer
someone
tag.
Else's gamer
right.
tag, yeah.
So
no, that would not be good.
It lasted about 3 days.
What's your tattoo?
Well, I know, I need to get it. Well, we said we have to meet in person first. So he lives a couple states away, so we're gonna meet in person and get these tattoos together. He doesn't have any though, which I think is hilarious because I have tons, so it's nothing.
Yeah,
at a certain point, it's whatever, yeah. Throw it on me, I don't care. So.
Well, it's not that bad, right? Dude, people get tribals for less.
Yeah. I want.
Just get it.
Let me finish this statement before you judge me.
I'm gonna judge you right away.
I know. I feel judged instantly. I hadn't even started. So I want to get a butterfly tattoo, but wait. I want it just to be a stick of butter with wings, just a stick of butter with wings. That's a butterfly. Get it?
I feel like you made it worse by explaining it.
Come on, that's hilarious. Whatever.
A butterfly.
I think it would be funny. Just get an ass tat that's just a butterfly. It's hilarious.
How are people gonna see it's butter? It's just gonna be a big yellow square.
It'll say butter on it. It'll look like the
No, yeah.
it's gotta say butter.
It likes to actually be in the packing.
Right.
Still.
It's still like in the cube packing square.
Jesus.
I'm
Yeah,
literally going.
I see that working. That would be very, very beautiful.
I think
yeah.
that's the difference between like highly tattooed people and people who just have a few but a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
There gets to be a point where they're not all so meaningful. You may have one or two that are like super meaningful and mean something, but for the most part, like this one's a good story. That one's really funny. We were super drunk this time and we got this done, and I was in this.
That's
country.
how all mine are based as well.
Right.
Like people go, "Why do you have that one?" And you go, "I don't know. It was kind of cool. That was it." And then the other one, there's a story behind it, and
right.
the other one, I don't know. I just needed to fill that spot in, right?
I have one where they'll ask me, they'll be like, "Why did you get that one?" And I'm like, "Because Jameson." Like that's my only answer is Irish whiskey. I don't know how to explain it. I woke up with that. It hurt. I don't know.
I have tats I got just because I had more time left at the tattoo parlor than I thought I was gonna do.
Right.
So we just needed to fill something in because might as well get something while we're there, right?
My husband has a couple of really stupid ones. My husband's in the Navy, so when he travels, he always gets tattoos. And so he has a couple of really like just ones that I hate, that I absolutely, literally hate, and they're his favorites. And I think it's solely because I hate them so much, like, and he loves them with a passion. So, but yeah, the black bear tattoo is a good one. I should get. I don't even main anything. I change so often. I main frost a lot. Like I love frost.
Get a frost trap like on the inside of your hand.
But oh, that would be painful as hell. Well, I'm a nurse now, so I have to do like the kosher.
Oh,
like,
you have to keep the
super
line.
Yeah, I can't get the job stoppers. But I totally would if I could. So I have a line, which kind of makes me a little plebbish. But I don't think I could do a bear trap though. That doesn't look maybe like her actual icon.
You could do a bear trap.
Nobody would know what it is. Just it's just like a big black square. Like
no, do the old school. Like do an actual old school bear trap instead, and then just refer that to frost.
That's reaching. There, see, I gotta pick a better.
You want a butterfly with a stick of butter?
I want a stick of butter.
I rest my case.
All right, so I do have a couple of other things that I normally ask in every interview. So we have a lot of console players, and everybody has given me the same answer every single time. So hopefully you'll be that guy too. A lot of console players have recently started using mouse and keyboard adapters on things like Xbox and PlayStation. Do you consider that cheating, or do you consider that fair play, get good?
Don't do it. Don't be a dick.
Right. Dick move.
It literally says in terms of service that you are not allowed to use third-party controls.
Right.
That's it. You're changing the input level. It would be the equivalent of me installing a no recall in my mouse. Just because you can buy your way for something doesn't mean that it's okay to use.
Yeah.
It will say on every game for PlayStation or Xbox, if you're allowed to use mouse and keyboard in competitive, it will actually say that on the game. It doesn't say it on Siege. And when they say that it's not cheating, I'll be happy to find you a dev that will tell you it's cheating.
Right. And
so
don't do
it's cheating.
Don't
That's
be a
it.
dick.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Also, don't use macros on PC. Like, if you can't play with what you're given, you just gotta be happy with where you're at.
What is it? 4, 4, 4, 4?
And work harder. Yeah, exactly. Don't press 4 a lot. It's bad for.
Don't do it really fast at the same exact time all the time, over and over again. So there recently a big thing that's been coming out in the last day, 12 hours or so, is the fact that Ubisoft, I think in Brazil, is creating a female. Is it Brazil?
Yep.
I think it's I think it's Latin America is coming out with a females only.
I think it's ESL Brazil. I'm not sure if it's Zubi or ESL.
I think it is
but
ESL.
Way,
I think you're right. They're doing a female only league and competitive league. So, and there's been a lot of blowback. Like people are like, "That's awesome. Let the girls compete." And then there's been a lot of others that are like, "That's stupid. I'm one of the others."
Yeah.
I don't think the fact that I have ovaries changes the fact that I should be able to.
No, like
I can play. I can have chances just as much as you do.
Exactly.
in anything.
My stance on that whole thing is that the beautiful thing with esport is it doesn't matter where you're from, color of your skin, your gender, nothing. If you know how to use a mouse and a keyboard and
Right.
you practice, you can get good,
Right.
right? And I think it's splitting the player base instead of helping it. I think if we stopped treating girl gamer like it being girl gamer and it just being a
girl
gamer,
gamer. I hate that.
right? If
hate
we were just people playing video games and we stopped acting like there's such a massive difference, I don't care if you in over 100 different games might sway more towards a certain genre than I do. Like, who cares? That doesn't matter. There is nothing that inherently makes a guy or a girl better at a video game.
Right.
Sure, physical sports, bone density, all that shit, maybe. But making a female-only league, can you imagine if we made a male-only league?
It'd be there'd
That
be a
sounds
big
bad.
uproar. Yeah.
Right? But it's the same thing, only that I think that by making a female-only league, you might be pulling in more girls, sure, but you're kind of, I think you're hurting, or it's hurting the whole scene more.
Right.
Because you're lowering the skill level because you want to keep it girls only. You're not making them more competitive.
Right. It literally makes, to me, it makes no sense. Solely based on the
I'm
fact
fine with
that
it. They can do it if they want. I just don't see the point.
Right. ESL has never said one time girls can't compete in this. If you want to do a go for it, you're not allowed to because you have ovaries and breasts. You're not allowed to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask.
There are guys with breasts.
Right. Most of them
One
much
of
bigger than mine. I'd have to say. So I guess I don't understand. I can see where their heart's at as far as like want to. I get what they're trying to do, but I don't think that it's a matter of, oh, girls aren't allowed to play in Pro League. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think the fact that we've just now seen our first one is kind of funny, because there are so many good female players out there. And
it's just such a weird thing because it's not like as you say, I get where the heart's at. It seems like good intent,
right?
But it's not helping anything.
Mismanaged good intent.
There are definitely chick players out there that are Pro League material or Challenge League or Top Go 4, whatever. Why not compete in that instead?
Yeah.
And get into that scene, because the whole idea is that if I'm playing in a Pro League team, and I think this is what some people miss. If I'm in a Pro League team and I'm missing one player, and the best one I can find at the moment is a girl, I don't give a shit. Like, I want the best player I can get. Right. It has nothing to do about your gender, where you're from, sexuality, nothing. Like, no one cares. If you're the better player, you get the spot.
I do.
One of the things just throwing everything off is that there are way more guys playing. Yeah. So, like, the numbers, that's why you see less, right? It's not that they're just averagely better. It's just that there is that much many more.
Right. I do think that there is a tad prejudiced against girls because we have seen our first female Pro League player, and some of the backlash that she has gotten just playing, and she did really well in the last oh my god, words are hard. It is 6 o'clock in the morning.
Qualifies for Pro League.
Thank you.
They did really well.
Did really, really well. And the last thing that they just played a couple weeks ago, DreamHack, thank you. Did really well in DreamHack. And there was just so much hatred where
I think people notice it more as well, though.
Well, it's talking about more personal things that you don't necessarily hear about the other guys. Oh, here's my kids. Sure. Oh, you're you look like this, you are that, and they're saying these hateful words that the other guys even on the team fit those categories as well, and aren't getting screamed at. I think
I will never justify it. It's fucking terrible when they do, but that happens on the other way around as well. Like, you will see a guy with long hair. Like, remember when Kick started? Before people started really liking what he did? If there's a big overweight guy, me with tats, like, you'll have people going there, this guy's been to jail, right? Like, it's not that like I don't get hurt by it. I don't care, but people's intent is to hit something that you can't change. It's always going to be that.
Yeah.
They always want to hit the one thing that like it's not never your haircut, right? Because you could just go and get your hair changed and then no one would care. But it's if you're the tiny little guy or if you're a too big guy or like I think it's just people in gaming, because there's a lot of young people and there's no repercussion and you're anonymous, people will be dicks.
Yeah.
And I think the more we worry about it and the more we try and fight it instead of just ignoring them, I think they're winning. It's the same as this like bully hunter bullshit that was out there. Like they're not gonna stop because someone tells them to stop. Either ban them and then ignore them, and then that's it. The more they get on Twitter of recognition of them doing stuff, these guys get a hot on for watching their own name on somewhere, right?
I mean, so, I've never gone out personally and put up, oh, this is what happened to me in ranked when I solo queued today, and happened to make a call out, and they realized that, I was a female. I've never gone out and done that, put something out there on the internet. Yeah. But it is kind of hard when, and I think that's more maturity level. You have, in my opinion, you have people playing video games, and it almost fuels my fire. So they'll say, oh, you suck, you're stupid, what a girl, blah, blah, blah. And then I go in there and just start fragging because I get mad and I just start throwing down.
Doesn't it just want to make you get better? Because I know, like, when people start shit talking me in a game, that's the only time now, because I don't play competitive anymore. For me to like really get into it, there's nothing more satisfactory for me than some guy who starts getting really like, he's turned the insult level up to 10.
Right.
That's when I really want to win.
And it's like, even my own teammates, and I'm like, okay, now I have to beat 9 people. Yeah. Like, it's time to, like, that's what's in my head at that point. I'm like, okay, I'm about to make you eat those words.
That's much healthier. Like, if we could all adapt that mentality, that when someone's being a dick, we just accept that they're being a dick, and then we try and, be better.
Right.
You can't force them, because we have no way of doing it.
You can't fight stupidity. You can't cure it, and you can't fight it. So it's better just to rise
I'm currently working on a device that can smack people in the head through the monitor.
Oh my god!
So you just push a button, and then you will instantly give repercussions to the kid screaming foul shit in the other end.
You should actually get something where it can call their mom.
Yes, that would be lovely. Everyone, no matter your age, you should need, like, when you do a sign up for profile, there should be mom's phone number. No matter your age, even if you're fucking 50.
What is your mom's number?
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
That's what I need.
Yeah, until that is out, or my face smacking device is a thing, forcing them or giving them any kind of airtime is just making it worse. It's the same with cheaters, right? Yeah, like the YouTubers making videos about how easy it is to cheat or how much Battle Eye sucks. The only thing you're doing is making people more paranoid.
Right.
And it doesn't help. If we all just try and mind our own business and not be idiots, then I think we'll have a decent time.
I think it's no different in everyday life. This just happens to be what thousands of, instead of hundreds of people in your high school or whatever, thousands of people are having to deal with it now, because there's millions who play this game.
Yeah.
And honestly, the toxicity, probably maybe 5% of the community, and that's me being really generous, is super
Think about it, 1 in 100? 1 in 100 is still a lot of your games, right?
Yeah.
Because there's
not really.
Well, there's 9 people in each game, but if 1 in 100, that might as well be you and me in that statistic, though. Right. But if every 10th game you play, there is one guy being a massive douche, right? You'll remember that. If they go far enough, you'll remember that more than you'd remember the games that came before it where no one said anything.
Right. And they're always the bottom fragger. Like the one who talks the most is always the one with 0 kills. Like
that's the rule. It's the only time, or it's the only way they have time to sit there and do nothing. But yeah,
it makes sense. Well, we are right at an hour. I can't believe it's already been an hour. I feel like that was super fast. crazy. We are right at an hour, and if you guys want to go watch Zironic, I always wanted to. For like the first few times I watched you, I said Zironic, so I even screwed your name up, and that's not even a word.
Don't worry, I heard the
Because you have
best
the
one at E3.
DK.
Yes, that's for
Throws
Denmark.
it off.
My name was stolen, but there was one of the stage managers at E3 that thought my name was pronounced C Iron Dick. So I'm
that
thinking
could be
about
kind of
rebranding
cool.
to that. Yeah.
I don't know. I
Hello,
like
I
the
am
guy
the
with the
Iron
beard.
Dick.
I want to have a beer with him, like a good
Me too.
micro beer brew. Me too. I want to know how he gets his hair done. So if you guys want to watch Zironic, he is on Twitch, and you will see him analyzing the pros, telling them what they're doing wrong or right, and you can go and see him at the finals and touch his beard because he apparently likes that. So please do, please do. Thank you so much for talking with us today. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And
It was a blast.
just so you guys know, I do have I have Interrobang coming up, and I also have Fox A, which I'm super stoked. I need to pull out my Tachanka t-shirt. I have Tachanka playing a saxophone on a t-shirt, and it's amazing. But so we have Fox A. I also have Goddess, which I'm still working out stuff with her because she's got DreamHack and all that other stuff. And I am still working on Kicks. So I am slowly beating him down, and I'm going to get him to talk to me. He won't answer my emails, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week on the next one. Have a good one, guys. This is always the hard part for me. Here we go.